It's interesting again, the same over there on 24. Question 24, we've got 55% answering B on question 24. Space again, though. Question 26, number. 68 kids answering the same wrong. Oh, is that, sorry, it's a on-off. Yeah. So, worth putting these out. I'm not quite sure what you do with the NAPLAN data. I know I've been in schools where it wasn't the NAPLAN then, it was the AIM data and nobody saw it but the principal. What happens in your school?
We actually monitor it and people come out, want to see improvement in it each year.
But does
I think what's happening now, more and more people are actually pulling it apart and using it and studying it and trying to get information out of it. I don't think in many schools that we've been to now people are shelving it anymore.
Okay.
It has been made such a...
Yeah. Is there anyone out there in your school that you as teachers aren't given this and asked to go somewhere and sit in a broom closet and talk about what does this mean for you? Who has been given their NAPLAN data and asked to do that in a broom closet? Some people are not committed to go, the other. Sorry? Yeah. Is it as a whole school you're getting it, or are you getting it, those people who are getting it, and it's less than half the people in the room put their hand up just then?
We used to do it.
Yeah.
We merged. And now we don't.
Okay. Yeah, well, you can see just, you know, the level of conversation, the level of noise in here from you having a look at it. This is a very worthwhile thing for people to do, because you can sit around and say all kinds of things about why the kids can and can't and what you think they can and can't, but here it is in the cold hard facts. Just a minute, can we listen down here, please?
The last couple of years, only the grade 3, 4 and the 5, 6 teachers were looking at the data. But this year we're talking about actually bringing the whole staff on board.
Yeah.
Well, it's just where we did the test, got the results.
Oh. And what's the problem with that? Did you hear the statement? It used to be that just the teachers who did the test got the test results. There's an issue with that, and what would it be?
Oh, well, you know, not that it's not a reflection of that teacher at that time.
No.
It's everyone's responsibility.
Yeah.
Kids have gone through. Yeah.
Absolutely. The kids doing year 3, that's the sum total of the preceding 3 years worth of work. If anything, the person least likely to be held responsible for that data is the grade 3 teacher. Yeah, that's right. And given that technically these are supposed to be teaching, you know, what they knew at the end of year 2 rather than year 3, it's very, very important that everybody sits around and has a look. And the time be made for, as a staff, sit together. You can see if this data, I mean, you've just identified particular areas that this group of year 3 kids are not doing well on. If that same pattern was identified by the year 5 teachers in the same school, you've got a whole trend happening there, that there's an area of the curriculum that is being avoided by everybody, and we need to start it back at prep. And so worthwhile to have that conversation with the whole staff. Okay, so if it's just coming out to your schools, maybe you might be able to get the staff together and, just like we did, in pairs, not in a big gang, because otherwise the prep teachers will let the the grade 3 teachers do it, and the grade 4 teachers will let the grade 5 teachers do it. In pairs, get people to write down a few statements and see what you come out with. Okay, can you just push those out of the way and I'll come and collect them. And now, this is just a compilation of the next thing down that's available from NAPLAN. And what I've got here, actually most classes go on for a couple of pages, but I said I've stuck a few together, and the kids are named A to Z, and then I ran out of kids. I was only going to let you have a look at the numeracy column because I'm thinking that's all we're interested in. But the more I stared at it, the more I could see that there was value in having a look right across the whole lot. And I'll be interested to see, when you have a look at these, if you were the teacher and this was given back to you in pairs again, what things might you deduce by looking at this about your kids and what you might need to do for them and how you might even go about doing that? Student achievement level. What's some comments?
terrifying.
High percentage of children are doing very poorly maths. High percentage
Compared to everything else. And can you say what you were talking about? I overheard.
You said, child's name must be Asian.
But before that you said even the kids who are doing very well in literacy
seem to be
struggling along over there in maths, so that's something.
What's happening in maths?
What's not happening?
Okay.
Teacher that drops off maths, but he's
Yeah, and so
too busy, so
it looks like lots of time may be spent doing reading and what was the other? Yeah, well, it was reading and writing or something. Yeah, but maybe not enough maths is being done over there. Okay, another comment.
There were 5 children who were at least 1 point behind, 1 full point behind their reading results, but most of those were the higher readers. There were 5 children performing at least 1 progression point, if that's below their reading.
Below their reading level.
Yeah.
Okay.
1.4, 1.5.
Okay, and that's quite a substantial amount, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite a difference. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Just how much time, like we say, do those bedtimes page?
How much time?
How much time is being spent on teaching?
Yeah, that's right. You get this sinking feeling that not enough. Okay. What else?
There may be a correlation between the people that the kids that are having really trouble reading compared to their other literacy schools and then compared to the numeracy schools. So it may affect their numeracy school. There's so much reading in the test maybe. Some kids have got some better reading, writing, spelling, and grammar. The reading's down, so and the numeracy school.
Okay, like a correlation, yeah. So that kid number F, for example, 1.8 reading and 1.7 numeracy, may be that his reading is impacting. And again,
But I think that what I said before can actually argue against that, because 5 of those ones that were the ones that were achieving at least 1 full point behind, 4 of those, 3 or 4 of those are 4.1 and 5. So even those good readers were not achieving as high in maths.
Okay, yeah. I mean, look at that R, 4.2 for reading and 2.7, like it also ran almost in maths, yeah. Who's the star? K seems to, although even K is 5, 5, 5 and a point down. Yeah, that's right. So
He can read,
yeah.
not understanding.
Yeah, so serious questions again, just about the teaching of maths. Tell me something about how you might group kids if you were looking at this list for maths. Anything here that would help you? How many groups have you got, do you reckon? 26? Given that you can't do 26, who might we stick up in the top group? I know we're going to have to get other evidence as well, but just looking at this, who would we think might be in a top group here? B, K, N, C. So anything that's around about the 3 and above, yeah? Okay. And what about the tail? How many kids down in the tail?
1.5, 1.7, there's 2 1.7.
1.7, there's a 1.5. Oh, 1.7.